In today's right lovely episode of Arms Trade Tanks Tycoon, the tank crews complain about each other getting far too much into their personal space. We create this little thing and give it a right good spin and squirt at things. The Europe is thoroughly at war. We also create this, which is a bit of a monstrosity. This is the spin. Look at the squirting prowess of this little thing, it's glorious. We then make a rather glorious tank, which is right lovely. And our tanks face each other off in glorious combat. Stay tuned! Are you tired of paying full price and waiting for sales on your games? Well, let me introduce you to Instant Gaming, where seriously, that is no longer an issue. Massive discounts on all your games. Make sure you click on the link in the description and get that checked out ASAP. Do it now! We're back at it, everybody. Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks. Let's continue. I hope you've got a right lovely cup of tea, because you're going to want one while you're watching this video. Quick recap as to where we are. We've done several contracts and got quite a bit of money. We're using around 200,000 every single month just on maintenance and so on, so we've got to keep these monies coming in. Research wise, we're ploughing down on this section. Currently now doing the Mark V hull, and then I'm thinking we're going to go to the Liberty tank or the Mark VIII. That will be right lovely. Firepower, we've not changed too much, but we do have some solid shot rounds for armor piercing, some improved common rounds for high explosive, and a new machine gun. And in this department, we've also recently grabbed the Tadpole tracks, which are right lovely, and they're going to go on the Mark V hull, and soon enough we're going to have these ones, which are the landship ones, which were on the Liberty tanks. We'll just see how far we can get. We also need a new engine, because the one we've got is just bloody awful. We have captured one of our competitors' tanks, which is this one. We've managed to strip it all down, and we can technically build this now with significant improvements, or use several parts of it in our existing designs, and some of the German technology is better than our own, so we might as well use it. And we already are in some of our designs. We started off building this, and we upgraded it to this, which is the cannon and the two machine guns. Then we upgraded it to this, which doesn't look too much different. However, there are very small details which are different. It's about 20% better than the other one. Much better. Then we upgraded to this, which is the new Tadpole They are much better. And that's the main difference there. And then we've gone up to this one, which is the biggest difference here, is it has the combination turret where it has a cannon on each side and a machine gun, which is much nicer. We also got rid of that awful bloody thing in the middle, the tail wheel. We've also made one of these, a medium Hornet. I do like this tank. Moving this around on the testing grounds was quite satisfying. And something that I could do if I really wanted to is make my own version of the MK2 Mark I. Not sure if I'm gonna do this or not. The engine is better than the engine we currently have. We're using that in a few designs, where the tracks, they can't really hold much weight, to be completely honest. We can't really use them in anything else. The turret, not too bad, but it's not a cannon. The German machine guns aren't as good. Not too keen on them. Overall, I don't see why we wouldn't just produce the other tank, which is much better. This one is just so much better. Production wise, we are building 20 of the Mark I, Mark V ones, the newer one that I did. 2 of them are left to build. The Mark VI is a recent design edition that's still going around the testing grounds, and in a few days I'll be able to get rid of all the awful defects that it has. And we also have 15 of these in stock. Somebody purchased 15 of them because I generally do them in a batch of 30. The warehouse is quite full, which is good. We've got a load of supplies in. We did a emergency run of supplies from Europe. Very expensive, however, it arrived so quick you will not believe. So we've thoroughly topped up. I need a good speak then. Currently no contracts available, but there will be some at some point. I need to start building more and more tanks. And on the global map, things are getting a little sketchy. Italy's in a bad spot. As you can see, external politics, they are at war with the Austro-Hungarians. Battles are ongoing as we speak. And it would appear the Hungarians have the advantage in certain equipment and generals that are commanding their troops. The Germans are having a go at the Netherlands. They've smashed them quite hard on one department. There's another battle which is currently ongoing. Oh yeah, the Netherlands won that one. Forgot all about that. And the British are invading Denmark. This will be the second one that they've managed to conquer if they are successful. This design, the latest one that we did, which is currently in testing, I do believe has many German technologies in here, which are an improvement. And if we have a look at the total attribute sum, the older one, 1172, and the newer one, 1360. So that is a lot better. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. I do think I could do with a refreshed design of this one now. This one doesn't currently include the German technologies, so while we have people floating around doing nothing, it might be worth having a dabble. I was correct, they are not currently in use. However, the only upgrade really that will be better would be the vision ports. Now, it is actually quite a bit better, but I'm not going to spend a 9 grand on just having one with a bit of a improved vision port. But then again, I suppose money isn't really an issue, so what I might even do is see the tracks. I might just build an upgraded version using some of the technology that we've stolen. So the idler, which is this wheel at the front, I think the better one is the German one. Much cheaper and easier to produce, and it gives good stats, so we'll stick that in. Track inserts, we'll go for the Mark 1s. I seem to like them a little bit better. The mud chutes, which are these things. Can't actually see a visual difference unless I go on... No. Can't actually see the difference, which is a little bit annoying. Never mind. The British one is better. We'll stick with that. Now, the rollers. Now, the British one is relatively the same. However, if we go the German one, it's half the weight, half the price, and it pretty much gives the exact same stats, which ain't too bad, so we'll go for that. And the sprocket at the back, I'm also thinking maybe the German one. Yeah, we'll go for that. There's not much difference in it. It's better on the road, not as quick on cross country. However, it is cheaper for us, so I think we'll go for that. So that only takes 6 days. We might as well begin an improved design on that thing. Once we have this unlocked, it will give us many more improvements for the hull of a tank. So that's when I'm going to do the hull on the Hornet, I think, the improved version. And that is pretty much where we're up to. We're waiting on a contract to come. We need to be producing lots of things. If this is the first time you've seen this game, then I strongly suggest you look at the other episodes that I've done previous to this, just so you know roughly what's going on a little bit more. But it doesn't matter either way, we're still pretty good. And just like that, the Mark 1s have been completed. Now I need another 10 of these, so I'll get that going straight away. Then I've got the 30, and then I'm going to start building more Hornets. Now that's going to take 26 days to do. That's eaten into our supplies quite a bit. We're going to be able to get some more in soonish. In 5 days' time, we'll be able to have a look and improve the things that are wrong with our Mark 1 Might 6 version of the tank. For those that are interested, this game is available on Steam to be wishlisted. It's currently in beta, closed beta, so I strongly recommend you do wishlist it, as then you'll get the updates. Ooh, another battle. Germany and Netherlands, they're having a good go of it. We'll have to see what comes of that then. Our Mark II Hornet has... Oh, no, not that one. This one down here. That is now done and improved. It's actually not much better than the other one at all, really. Apart from the price and the weight, to be completely honest, it's so much lighter, and that will make a huge difference. When building a tank, you have something called a mass limit, basically which means how much weight the thing can hold. And if it starts tickling near the end of it, then it doesn't like it. So you're better off with a lighter tank, and the sum of attributes is exactly the same, actually. So that is great, and it's cheaper. And quicker to build. What more could you want? This is the German tank that we've managed to acquire. Most of it is the original German stuff just because it's better, to be completely honest. So that's going to be going in all future tanks up until we unlock a new one. The German machine gun wasn't as good. This is a combination as well. It's got the German block in there, but with some British stuff on there. And no, the Hotchkiss is better. This one. Still only got the one 6-pounder cannon. I'm hoping we can capture an A7V soon. Now what happens is the countries will get one and then sell it. Now we just need to buy it once that happens, and then we can reverse engineer all of it and hopefully stick a lot of our own stuff in there. In this version of the game, there is a couple of new French tanks as well. I'm yet to see them, and I really want to get my hands on one of them. If you do want to see more, do not forget to like the video, please. That helps me out an absolute load. And oh look, our stockpile has been completed. This means we can have many more resources in. Seeing as our tanks are requiring more and more, it certainly makes sense to be able to do that. And the trials of the Mark I, Mark VI are completed. So here it is. We can now see all the defects. Crew awareness and everything else has been hampered. Now, if we have a look at this, we've got 9 out of a maximum possible 10 in there. And that is where they're struggling, because they just can't see around each other. Yeah, look, see, we can throw muddy at it, and it fixes it to a degree, but if you have... same with the weight and the volume limit. Volume is space inside the tank. Thankfully, we're in the green on that, but mass limit is in the yellow, which ain't great, and that just causes problems. Now, throwing money at it is all well and good, but if you don't have the problems in the first place, you're not too shabby at all. Now, there's one right down here somewhere. There it is. Structure reliability is hampered again because it's crammed. Now, it's a little bit better, but it's still not fantastic. Now, these are all right. However, we need an improved hull because this one is just ancient now, and it's just rubbish, to be completely honest. But we'll get there, we'll get there. What I might even do is build one of these. Oh, I already have. Oh no, I haven't, that's just the hull. Now, I could build one of these just because then we can have a spin in it. I do believe the Whippet tracks fit on this, but I haven't researched them. So we're just going to have to put up with what we've got in here. Now, the mass limit is going to be dangerously overweight, or at least incredibly close to being overweight. Yeah, it's not far off. We'll just have to wing it. It doesn't really matter. We're only going to build one so we can take it for a quick spin anyway. Throw a load of people in it. We can have... Oh, hang on a minute. I thought that said armor-piercing shells in there then. They've got the trace ammunition, some fuel, and some more ammunition. Excellent. And we can stick a funny colour on it. I mean, you'll never see that on the battlefield, will you? We'll go for that. It only takes 9 days for them to stick it together. Now, if we did have more parts, we could interchange them, like I said, with the Whippet tracks. The Hornet ones are just too big, unfortunately. But it is what it is, we'll get there. You can actually stick these tracks on the Hornet hull, but they don't hold the weight, so I don't know why, but it is what it is. Ooh, a war has begun. Spain and Portugal. Ooh. That'd be nice. They've both bought my tanks, actually. And they're already having a go at it. Spain are invading parts of Portugal right there. That is quite a built-up area, but it's mainly forests. Quite a lot of towns, though. Now, we can see what they have in the tank corps. They ordered 5 of the Mark 1, Mark 3 tanks, so it's not too many. The army, they have 9 regiments, mostly infantry, and 2 artillery. One of the artilleries has a commander in there, and their artillery has been upgraded with some tractors to help lug things around. Now, the Portuguese ordered 10 of the Hornet class. Now, these don't have a cannon on them, so I don't quite know how they'd fare against one of the other tanks. However, against infantry, they should smash them to pieces. Now, their own infantry and artillery, they don't have as many, but they're not upgraded either. We have a quick look at the army of these. They have a few commanders in there, but they haven't got any anti-tank weaponry. The only thing I think that could murder us, well, murder our tanks, is the artillery, because they don't have the grenades or the anti-tank weapons, which is interesting. I do really want to see some of these tanks actually go in combat. Germans have bought several of our tanks as well. Now, they're not using them currently, and the British aren't using them on the Danish either, which is a little bit disappointing. So we'll just have to see how this turns out. Now, I don't think the Italians have any tanks. No. And neither do the Austro-Hungarians, which is a little bit annoying. It would be nice just to see some tank-on-tank action. I want to see what the results are. It'd be especially interesting, seeing as I seem to be the only one that has supplied any tanks to anybody else. So this game isn't on what you would call historical mode. Oh, a new contract. Oh, Italy are asking for tanks. Okay. What do they want? Now, the competitors, we have the Ajax and the Hector, which are awful. Now, we should be able to smash them out with our own designs. Now, we have quite a few of the Mark 5s in stock. What is that? Did I? Oh, I think I've made another tank, which I completely forgot about. We'll have to have a look at that in a minute. But these ones, they are extremely happy with. These are the more modern ones as well. They will pay over the moon for them. And they are incredibly excited to have them. This is what they expect. If it's in green, they are creaming over it, which is really good. Yeah, that is what they expect on the left. On the right, well, in the middle is what it has. And the green is the surplus. So that is so good. Only means we can rinse them even more of it. Now, I've got to make sure I can actually provide all of these, which I'm sure I can. 19 days I will have 30, so we're going to remember that number, and then we've got to deliver them. Always double check what you actually have in storage. Mark 1, Mark 5, I have 22, and that is the one that I am building as well. So if we tell them, we will give them 30. The date now is the 28th of the 9th, so we were what, 20 days, call it a month of production, and then we need to deliver, which could take another month. Doing that gives me plenty of room to make sure I get them all in. Now, I can really ramp up this score to make lots of money. Now, the competition only has a score of maximum 56. So if I go, what, 87? Now, this increases the cost that we are charging for them, but they're more than happy for it. This is nearly 2 million, and we're going to give them some of that. What a good deal. Now, I've got a little bit of leeway in that, which is good, just in case something happens. And, oh my Gideon, Italy are now at war with Switzerland as well. Oh man, yeah, they're going to get hammered. Switzerland, they don't have that much in terms of military. However, Italy, they've got 12 out of 18 regiments, but they are at war with these, which have 10. And they have improved stuff, so they've got a load of grenades in there, so that's an equipment bonus. And the artillery has improved artillery cannons in there, which is interesting. Whereas the Italian forces don't have any of that. Now, either do the Switzerland forces, however, you don't quite know how this is going to go on, because they're probably going to team up, which it seems that they are. And the Italians have accepted that contract, so I just need to deliver the tanks over to them now. Ooh! German forces now have an improved artillery gun, and there has been a battle which has concluded. Let's have a look. Well, this is interesting. This is Switzerland and Italy. It looks like the Switzerland forces are yet to deploy some troops, but look at this one. Our tanks have been deployed in between the Portuguese and the Spanish, so we're gonna have tanks made by the same company, ours, battle it out. So I'd love to know how that's gonna go. They are actually participating in that battle as well, which is just there, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that one. Now, this is between the Italians and the Hungarians. This is a battle that's happening. Intensity is extreme. So, based on that, if we have a look at this, there aren't actually any battles happening just yet, but there probably will be shortly. Now, the Netherlands beat the Germans again, which is definitely interesting. This is just infantry versus infantry. And looking at this, oh, right, yeah, intensity was low, so nothing major. The Germans lost 600 and the Netherlands lost 400 troops. The Netherlands managed to have a mobilization and an entrenchment bonus there, so that is mostly why they won, but whether they can actually get on the offensive is debatable. At least hold that area, because that's still very much ongoing. We'll just have to see. Germany has a mighty army. They've got 19 regiments. Most of them, especially the cavalry, has been improved. Let's have to keep an eye on some of these battles, especially that Portuguese one. Our design for the LK2 Mark I has been completed. Now, we're not going to be building any of these, but we can just have a dabble. Now, this is a Hornet hull, and this is the tracks of that little tank. Now, I just want to see if it's going to let me do it. I don't think it will. I think I tried this in the last episode, but I can't quite remember. Is it going to let me? No. Too heavy. Yeah, I think I tried that in the last episode. That would have been quite funky though, wouldn't it? But we can still have a go, so we might as well take it for a spin. This turret on the top seems quite swazzy, actually. That turns a lot faster than what I would have expected it to. But bloody hell, this thing's going well slow. Now, this has the same engine in. Oh man, I think I may have put this engine in. Some of it looks like it's going to fall in there. Somehow it didn't. I put this engine in some of the other tanks. Now, I don't think I took it around the block. Technically, it's better. It might just be the tracks that are making it this slow. I don't quite know. I hope not. Coming up to our first obstacle. And the traverse on this turret is bloody awful. I've got another machine gun at the front now, I think. Yeah, I do. That's a little bit better. But that doesn't want to point up, apparently. Can we get up here? I don't think we're gonna... Oh, it did! Oh, just about. No, I can try and take out... No, I can't. That is a little bit disappointing. One thing about all these tanks, the traverse is just bloody awful. You can't shoot anything. Especially little targets that... Oh, I got that one. Got it. I like the turning speed on that turret. I thought it would be a lot worse than that, not gonna lie. Now we've got some targets coming up. to squirting at them. Because this tank is actually quite low down, I'm actually having an easier time at hitting some of these, because on the Hornet, for example, you couldn't point the gun down, and it was impossible to hit the bloody things. Now there's a bit of a ramp coming up. We'll see if we get stuck. Here we go. I normally get stuck on that ridge right there. Yeah, it's the fastest it's ever gone. Oh, this doesn't look promising, does it? Oh no. Oh, hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up. Hey, it's done it. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh, we have. Hey, get in. Honestly, didn't think we were going to get up there. Few more targets that we can squirt at. A couple over here as well. Oh, the turret doesn't go all the way around. Oh, does it? No, it doesn't. I didn't even realise that. Oh, we can just squirt at these. Excellent. That was good. And that's actually the easiest it's ever been in any of the tanks that we've built. Let's go back down the hill and have a bit more of a gander. Now, this might be a bit of a problem. This is a slightly bigger trench here. Don't know where the weight is in this tank, but... oh, apparently, it's at the front. Not bad. We got through. And somehow we did that. Nice. That just means if we ever were to build it, then we get some kind of extra bonus. But we're really not. Oh, hey, oh. Switzerland. Oh, I've just pressed a button. What did I press there? Bit of news pop up then, and I think Switzerland take a point. Oh, I don't know now. Let me have a quick look at that. No, it's disappeared. I think. Oh no, Switzerland lost an area. I don't think they sent any troops there. Still waiting on this battle to kick off, but we'll just have to wait on that one. Ooh, the Spanish have increased their military prowess. They have added a jam tin bundle, I don't quite know what that is, to their infantry. If any of you knew what that was before I had a look, do let me know. Oh! It's a grenade. Oh, a very crude grenade. Okay. Interesting. More resources came in. I'm going to get some more in. Because we have a few upgrades in our warehouse area now. It used to take 31 days to get resources from North America, but now it only takes 20 days. And that is one of the cheaper areas, so that is fantastic. It should mean we can keep buying the cheaper resources without actually running out and having to resort to going to Europe. Ooh, the battle has now begun. Oh, and they are using the tanks. Oh, excellent. So the intensity is high, so most of them are going to get blown up. Infrastructure is off-road. Now, I don't know which one is better at off-road, to be completely honest. So we're just going to have to see what happens with that. Another battle has begun. And production has been completed. Ooh, lovely. We can send our tanks off to... where was it? Italy? Yes, it was. All 30 of them. We're going to get absolutely loads of money from that. So, we'll use these guys. I tend to like them. Ooh, but that is quicker. I don't think we need to do that one now. Let's get that done. The deadline is the 27th of the 11th, apparently. We've just got over a month, so yeah, we'll be fine. We'll use them. Gonna get going. Even if there is a delay, we should be fine. This does mean, though, that I need to build more tanks. Forever building them these days. I'm going to get these back up to 30 just so I have some in stock, and then I'm going to build some more of the heavy tanks. There was a battle as well, wasn't there? That was here. They're going at it again. Same infantry. Intensity is extreme. The Germans look like they're at a disadvantage here, so we'll just have to see how that turns out. Oh, hang on a minute. Italy and France have officially signed a alliance. Does this mean France is going to go to war with Austria-Hungary? I don't quite know. We'll have to see if any battles ensue from it. What is this? Trench sets issued to the front. Oh. Not content anymore with spark transmitters used in aircraft, the British Army have deployed thousands of what they call trench set Mark I radios to improve coordination and communication. First use of radios properly, I think, and there has been a battle which has ended, and that is between Britain. Does that mean they've taken the thing? No, they've not taken it yet. So this was cavalry versus cavalry, and the British came out on top. They lost 300 while the Danes have lost 600 cavalry. That is hefty. The Italians got our tanks, and now we have so much money. We're at 4.46 million. Absolutely lovely. I've got to maybe even find a way of getting more people in to this. Now there is an ergonomics office there, which will mean I can have another 100 workers. So if I demolish the rifling hall and stick an ergonomics in there, an extra 100 workers, that's an extra 25%. I think that's worth it. More resources have just come in. I better get some more in. Another absolute load from North America. Yes. With some very good news in the research department. We have completed the Mark V hull with all of its doodads that come along with it. Well, that is right lovely. Now, I want this. I want it so bad. So we're going to go rush down that route, I think. Once we have this, we can start concentrating on other areas. Even the new engine and so on. That would be great. We have to go through the improved steel first, though. I could also stick a central cab. This goes on top of this. Now, I don't know why that takes longer to research than that itself with all the other gubbins, but it is what it is. We'll get that steel armor created and just work our way onto that straight away. We never managed it on the last run, and I really want it. Now that's going to take 165 days to get done, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to wait that one out, unfortunately. However, this does mean that we can create an entire new hull. So this is the Mark V hull. Let's create... Ooh, sugar lumps. Let's create a new one. So this is all in pre-design, so we have different things that we can stick on. We have a Sight Mark 1 or a Sight Mark 2, and they are actually the exact same stats. I think that is a non-intentional thing, but it is what it is. So then we want it to be made out of steel. We want the British bolts in the... Oh, no, we don't. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. We want the British bolts in there. They're nice and cheap and light and right lovely. Communications. Gonna Mark 1 flappy paddles aren't great. Turn around this way, then you can see it a bit better. But the Mark 2 flappy paddles are somehow far superior. Some storage for the ammunition, storage for the fuel at the back as well. The vision ports, the German one is still better. Or is it? Oh, no. No, it's not. The new one of the British is better, actually. How wonderful. The hull hatch. I prefer the Mark 3. Crew safety goes up a lot higher, and it's so much cheaper and expensive. Yeah, that. And then we have a roof. What the bloody hell is that? Oh, is that the big lump of log stuff? Oh, oh, it's this bit here. Where's it gone? Switch camera. There we go. This lump of log that could be used to get ourselves out of a pinch. Now that increases our obstacle trench width ability stupid amounts. However, I would like more protection on there. So having this on means when the naughty infantry throw explosives at us, it rolls away. So I'm going to stick with that. And this tail wheel, no, I can't stand the side of them, and it doesn't fit with the other stuff either. So that's going to take 15 days to do, which isn't bad at all. We'll stick that on, and we can compare that shortly. And away we go. So, attribute sum. Call that 500 for this. And on the best one of the Mark 1 hull that we have, it's 362. So that shows just how much better this is, and there's more room for more weaponry on there and everything's great. Apparently the Belgians have stuck some horse transports on their infantry. Now I don't think they're at war with anyone at the moment, so it's not too much of a bother. However, a battle has started between Britain and Denmark again. Is that the same area? It is. It's over here again. We'll just have to see how that turns out. The Austrians have now stuck horse regiments in their artillery, so that's going to shatter the Italians. Oh, but the Italians now have stuck a 15-pounder gun on its cavalry regiment. Well, this is all getting fancy now, isn't it? And engineering has been completed of the Mark 1. Sorry, the Mark 5 Mark 1. So let's see what girthy thing we can build now, shall we? Here we go. This is where we stick everything on. So we have the engine that sits in there quite nicely, actually. Look at that. Then we have the tadpole doodah again. It's just better. Then we have the armored cover. Oh, that there is where that central box thing that was on about goes. So we'll leave that for now. However, we can have a combination sponson on each side, which is excellent. We can stick a cannon in each side, and then we can stick on many machine guns. One at the back, one at the front, and two at the sides as well. Excellent. In terms of crew, commander, driver, these are the stats up here that we need to try and fulfill. Now we need plenty of gunners because we've got plenty of guns. We also need a couple of loaders. And thankfully not too many mechanics. But this is just getting a little bit tight on the total crew maximum. That's going to have to do. That is bordering the limit, but it is what it is. Expendables, we can have armor-piercing shots in there and several HE. We can have tracer ammunition, which we've researched, and the standard. And some improved petrol, because diesel doesn't exist yet, apparently. I think we'll paint this of that, just so it really stands out, eh? How about that? 21 days. Ooh, the Germans are after more tanks. Okay, let's have a look-see. But what are they after? Protection, firepower hard, and repairability. And again, we're facing the A7V. Now, the only tank that we actually have available is the Hornet, and they don't like that too much. However, it's significantly cheaper if I can just reduce. We might be able to get there. See, this is the problem, really. When you have a tank that they're not too keen on, I could just leave it and not sell them this, because I'll probably be able to sell them to somebody else for a much better profit. Look, see, look, protection and firepower hard is so low because they don't have any cannons on it. They don't want it, so I'm actually going to let the other company sell their tank to it. We just don't have the capacity right now. Ooh, another battle has ended and the Italians have been hammered. France has improved their infantry with horse transports. Oh, we've completed our production. We need to build some more tanks. Now, we could wait until we have the other design done. How long am I going to be waiting for that, though? Let's have a look. 16 days. No, I'm going to build some more of the other ones. Let's build 20 the Mark 1, Mark 6s just for now. See what happens. Just need some tanks in storage. Now that has obviously cost me more resources, but I've just got another delivery. Let's send up another lot. At this rate, I might even need to just keep getting them from Europe. It's the iron and the medium carbon steel that hammers us. We'll be alright. Ooh, that battle between Portugal and Spain has finished. Let's have a look-see. Here it is, our two tanks facing off. And what happened? Oh, the Spanish got murdered. Portuguese were using the Hornets, and they have kept all of their tanks operational. And despite them not even having a cannon, and the Spanish tanks, 3 out of 5 are done. Oh, I didn't even see this before. Oh, this is because it's the first tank on tank thing. Okay, deployment. Score attributes and everything else. I see. So, the medium Hornet Mark II had a better deployment score, whatever that quite means. Reconnaissance, they could apparently see a lot better in that. Targeting, the Hornet hit them on the mark a lot more than what the other one did. Ah. Interestingly. Oh, the 6-pounder. Right, okay. Yeah, I've not seen this. This is the closest thing that I've seen to the battles in the demo. All mounted weaponry were employed to engage the enemy. Selected weapons. Oh yeah, so every machine gun, everything was used. I don't think the Spanish hit it. Oh no, here we go. So apparently the Hornets ambushed the Spanish. Yeah, I just don't think they hit it. Oh no, right, here we go. So the Portuguese hit them, and this tells you where they hit them. So with the machine gun, they hit them on the male sponson, then the female sponson, again on the male sponson, and then on the female sponson again. Whereas the Spanish all missed, and that must be why they lost 3 ricochets. Oh, but then again, so all the machine guns bounced off the tank. Maybe it just damaged it somehow. Penetration? Oh no, they all went through. Oh, I don't bloody know now. I'm not sure. Damage. Wounded. Damaged. Destroyed. They were just destroyed. Weren't even damaged. Oh, I don't know then. No idea. Not quite sure. It says it ricocheted, but at the same time it penetrated. So which one is it? I have no idea. But still, the Portuguese came out on top, and that should affect the reputation of this tank, giving it a better one. In theory, it should anyway. It doesn't look like it's done it yet. I'm not too sure. But I am going to call it quits for this episode. I thoroughly hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Don't forget to like the video. That helps me out a lot, you will not believe. There is a Discord that you can join. You can join mine if you wish. I'm in there quite often. We can talk about the game or any other game that you want to play. You can even play a game with me together. How marvellous will that be? And again, remember, this game is still in closed beta, but you can wish to list it on Steam if this is something that you're wanting to get your teeth into. And it can only get better. I can't wait personally until the whole map is available. and until there is more things you can stick together in terms of tank parts and so on and so on, that would be right lovely. Imagine a mash between the British and the Russian tanks, for example. That would be quite funky. Have a jolly good evening. I've actually just recorded this now on the first day of the new year. And I hope you're not too hungover. I hope you've had a wonderful celebrations, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.